So the purpose of our channel is effectively going to be to pass on knowledge from myself, my colleague Oleg Lejan here. Hi, Shazan here from The Online Conversation, YOC. Just wanted to say hi to the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook community out there. This is our first podcast as a company. The plan effectively is this. We've been online, had a look at some digital channels and realized that one thing that's missing, which is of great importance, is actually business owner information out there for digital marketing channels. Interview business owners, influencers, and other people in the digital marketing hemisphere to provide knowledge to the wider community. Sometimes within digital marketing, you go through a process as a business owner where you don't know where to start, or you just want to see somebody else's experiences. There are loads of companies out there, as we all know, that do kind of the same thing, rinse and repeat. What we want to do is be the go-to channel effectively for our end user to provide them basically the purpose of why they will want to digitize their business. We work with a whole breadth of companies, from online butchers to the service-led industry for emergencies, and we work in the e-commerce market as well as an agency. So we're hoping to bring in a lot of information, a lot of knowledge to the outside world effectively, and hopefully help a few people. And along the way, hopefully build up some followers and friends and likes and all these good things as you do for a digital channel. What do you think, Oleg?
Yeah, I think, elaborating a little bit more on why people should actually start in digital marketing, what kind of service industries it actually is beneficial for, and I think the most interesting part is, when should a company really start advertising in the first place? Because you probably know this, that a lot of times a company structure is not even ready for advertising. Sometimes we make campaigns that are wildly successful, and all of a sudden it becomes overwhelming almost for the customers. I'm taking in too many sales, I'm taking in too many leads, and these kind of things. I think it's also good for the company owners to understand when it's a good time to start accelerating the sales and the traffic coming into their store, website, whatever they want to get out of it.
100%. For the people in the comment section that are eventually going to see this, what we'd like to know is what areas of business you would like YOC to discuss or even interview. Because from what you've just said, it's a beautiful example. We've had car garages on our books that have been working with us regularly.
Taxi companies,
fantastic businesses that generate a lot of inquiries, a lot of leads, a lot of revenue. But as soon as we turn that tap on and the increase in the volume comes in, it can be very, very daunting. It can be very daunting, and to understand the structures and operational side of a business is super important. I definitely believe what you just said is highly accurate. It's highly accurate. And us as a business, what we would like to do is maybe feedback information on the latest market topics. Why is Facebook suddenly so important? Why, when we started digital marketing 10 years ago now, that it was all about the Google market, and now it's gone into social media and the influencer market and the power of Instagram stories as an example. So it'll be good. Shout out to all the other businesses that link with us up on LinkedIn. If you guys want to join our channel, by all means, knowledge is power. Feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, definitely. Even looking at successful business models, which is successful for what they're actually doing currently, actually understanding what kind of budgets they should be using in the first place. For a one-man band, spending £1,000 all of a sudden on advertising and not necessarily have a specific objective. Then again, a company who has 100 employees go with an under budget and these kind of things. It would be interesting to see how, also in the comment section, how people think about the budgets as well, how they calculate them, what they actually want for that budget, and so on. I think people sometimes are confused that I should be doing marketing, here's £1,000, do something with it. And that seems to be the old school model of yellow pages and these kind of things, whereas nowadays it's more like, what do you actually want from the budget used? Where do you want to get as a company? And those conversations I think are really interesting with the customers as well.
Yeah, I think that relates back into us as an agency as well. One thing that we've we like to do with our clients early doors is to make sure that they have a proper understanding of what that conversation is online. Yeah, a bit of a cheesy one here. YOC, your online conversation. Basically, why we started YOC was because of those conversations. We do spend a lot of time with our clients in terms of at least helping them understand how to digitize. One thing I do say in a lot of our communications with our customer base is knowledge is power, and information in terms of understanding the journey of your customer, in terms of the phases, the funneling, the understanding of all these key terms in terms of how you make your client comfortable with you. In this day and age, it's not just about click and sale. It's about actually holistically looking at the process of what a customer journey looks like online today. It's very much like a shop front in a high street.
Yeah.
Very much like a shop front in a high street.
Like that, but then it's like almost like, okay, you have the shop front. Then in digital world nowadays, at the touch of your fingertips, you also have, you're looking at a shop front, and on the shop front there's also previous experiences from other customers. There's comparisons between this shop, and you can instantly go through what kind of quality these guys have.
Yeah.
It's so much more deeper in that rather than the old school model, where the old school model was you went to a store, you tried this, you went to another store, you tried that, a more lengthy process of decision making. Whereas nowadays we can compress that decision making all in a smaller view, in a shorter span of time, and that's kind of also comes into kind of a fun moment as an advertiser when you actually can give the clients the things that they're actually looking for, and then you can see that from the success of the campaigns where you displayed all the information that the client needed in order to make a purchase, and that's pretty satisfying in my opinion, that you can provide that to the consumers and also provide that great service to our customers as well.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. And what you just said is online is a far more deeper experience, where typically speaking, a business owner or a customer would go into the high street and be able to speak to, I don't know, customer service staff, have a chat, have a feel of the ambience of the shop wherever you're shopping. But online is very, very silent in terms of just having that silent understanding when you're on that website, what specifically is making you want to engage, review, purchase, seeing what other customers are saying. So the all elements and the power of being digitized in terms of from a revenue and from a success point of view, ultimately then have to be catered for in terms of a customer service journey point of view as well. So all of these elements are fundamentally very important. And one thing that we've seen as a business ourselves into Uprising is the turn of video content. And actually
everywhere as well.
Exactly 15, 20, 30, 45 second, even just general ads that are running at the moment are so fundamentally important. And we're probably going to go through in more detail in other podcasts around significant elements of how you as a business community can go out there and really move the needle for yourselves in terms of being able to allow your end user to engage with you in a shorter span, and the reality of why platforms like Instagram and Facebook are really pushing those ads out there. So it's going to be a fun journey. This is our first video together.
Oh yeah.
It'll be good fun. So hopefully we'll be doing this, if not every week, then every fortnight, in terms of learning, information, knowledge, education share, and other bits and pieces such as that, as well as having, as I just mentioned, the business community wanting to come out and work with us, even the influencer community. Influencer digital guys as well. Influencers make a very big push. Sometimes we as consumers consume their knowledge and information from a purchasing point of view without even knowing.
I mean, influencers, other people who work in marketing, any conversations that we have with even people who already do digital marketing as an occupation, like that would be great to hear some new things that they're working on. I mean, to be honest, every company has some small zing in it. Like they have some small cool angle that their employees or their kind of CEOs, whoever is working there and pushing for the innovation. That would be also very cool to know about what kind of innovation people are doing in marketing nowadays. From our side, I mean, the innovation is clear. We're just trying to make the best possible customer journey for both our customers and their potential customers and looking at those. But it would be cool to see what the other community is working on as well nowadays to benefit everyone.
Brilliant. And on that note, we're going to call it a wrap, and hopefully this as an introduction will give you guys a bit of an appetite in terms of the kind of things that we're going to be producing for the online digital community.
Oh yeah, this was like a really broad overview. We're going to go into detail about this.
Very, very soon. But hopefully that's a good start.
Yeah.
Again, any questions, any queries, at the end of the video, you'll have a bit of a blurb on there for you guys to reach out to us as a business. So feel free, business owners, influencers, you name it. You want to come on our channel and have a discussion regarding your particular business or market, case study out anything that you're currently doing, fire in our direction.
Yeah.
We're happy to have that conversation because we want to help the wider community,
Yeah.
which is the reason why we set up this channel today. So fantastic. Cheers for that, Oleg. See you next week, my brother.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.